Hey guys, good morning, welcome to my channel, Raw Japan, also known as Raw Retro on Facebook. I'm putting on my mask because, oh god, Corona! Okay, so let's go through our pickups from yesterday, and I sorted, you can see the stuff here behind me, I sorted it by system. So let's start with Super Famicom. Okay, so first one we have Super Gusun Oyoyo, which is like a kind of puzzle game, like a bit like Puyo Puyo, I guess. So let's open it up. So we have the manual, the card, and the warning thingy. Okay. Alright. Super Gusun Oyoyo. So let's put this over here and let's go pick up the next one. We have Super Famicom Gokujo Parodius, which is a very well-known shooter that's a parody of Gradius, hence the name Parodius. So the box looks nice, just a little bit of creasing on the corners, but yeah, you know how it is with Super Famicom games or retro in general. You can't be too demanding these days. So the manual looks alright. The card looks good. Okay. There you go. Gokujo Parodius for the Super Famicom. And yeah, here we go. Super Famicom Gradius 3. So manual, very good. Card good. I see only one side here is yellowed. I don't know if you see it on the camera, but yeah. And the warning thingy, but cheap game, very common. Here you go. Sorry, Gradius 3 for Super Famicom. And we have for Super Famicom Hagane, which is like a, it's a bit like Alien Soldier on Mega Drive, I think. So the box is alright, just a creased on the edges, a little dent here and here, but the price was not too bad. The inside look very nice. So we have the manual, looks all good. And the card looks good, very good too. Okay, no yellowing or whatever. So you guys tell me in the comments, which one is better? It's the Old Battle Super Famicom versus Mega Drive. Which one do you prefer? Alien Soldier on Mega Drive or Hagane on Super Famicom? Okay. Okay, next one. Super Famicom Demon's Blazon from Capcom. And I think this is somehow related to Makaimura, Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghosts and Goblins. So what's weird with Demon's Blazon is it always looks kind of faded, but I am pretty confident this is the original color of this thing. It's really faded out, weird kind of purple. Because you have it on the manual too. When you compare the manual with the box, it's actually the same kind of weird faded, washed out purple color in the clouds in the background. Okay, so the manual looks very good. And we have the warning thing. Flyer. The card has no yellowing whatsoever. This is a nice game actually. You should check it up, some gameplay on YouTube if you want. Come on, get in there. There you go. And the box is very good too, just really tiny creasing spots here on the corners, but what do you want? It's cardboard, so you can see some of the gameplay. Okay, really good game. And the last Super Famicom game, Zigzag Cat. So this box looks very nice. Just see a bit of creasing here. And yeah, what kind of game is this? I think it's like a mixture of a shooting game and then a breakout kind of game, Arkanoid kind of game. Alright, manual looks good. Card looks good. I mean, very good. No yellowing. Okay. And although it's not an overly expensive game, it's not very common. So basically you have to break through the blocks, defeat bosses, but the particularity about this game is it actually a vertical scrolling, so it keeps going up, I think. Zigzag Cat for the Super Famicom. So that's it for Super Famicom. Let's go to the rival Mega Drive. So we have Janug, I never know how to pronounce this, which is like a shooting game. And not like a shooting game, it is a shooting game actually. So we have the manual, well wrapped up, well it's good condition, I'm gonna open it. And the cards. Okay, so no label damage or whatever. So you guys tell me, is it Jinuk or Jinuk? I don't know. Jinogu. I just say the Japanese katakana. Jinogu. Jinogu. From now on, henceforth, you will be known as Jinogu. Okay, next Mega Drive game, Sonic Spinball, which is, I have no idea, I never played this. Is it a puzzle game? Or just a normal Sonic game? I don't know. Or a pinball game? Anyway. Cards, good. Manual. Come on. Manual, good. Okay. Sonic Spinball. Sonic Spinball from USA. Okay. So the D is just a tiny bit dark. if you compare it to a good D and a little bit darker D, but still acceptable, I guess. Okay, and the next Mega Drive, the legendary Tatsujin. Okay. Manual looks okay. Just a few bends in here, but no major damage, no ripping or creasing or whatever. Okay, Tatsujin, and the cart looks good too. Now I bought this one at Surugaya, and as always, Surugaya you have to be very careful, because they usually have their, let me check through everything. Okay, so this, so for example, this is a, well actually I just grabbed into my trash can and I just picked out the right price sticker for this game. I'm lucky today. Maybe I should play the lottery. So you can see here, when they have Surugaya, when they have this price sticker, which is a pink background, this is supposed to mean there's no problem with the game. But if you see, let me see, can I just grab one somewhere? Probably not, but if you see a price sticker where they put another white price sticker over the original price and another sticker here with something written in Japanese, that usually means there's a problem somewhere with the game. So in case of Mega Drive, it could be the insert or the box damage or the card label loose a little bit. But yeah, in this case there was no problem with it. Okay, but when you open it and you see the manual is okay, don't get me wrong, but I mean, in any other shop like Trader or Potato, this would be listed as manual damage. Not major, but they would just mention manual damage. So don't trust Surugaya. Even if you buy something with a price sticker like this, which is supposed to mean no problem, always check Surugaya. And that applies to any Surugaya in Japan, not only Akihabara. Okay, enough boring talk. Next game, Mega Drive, Golden Axe. Okay, so looks very good. Manual a bit bent here, but can be straightened. Okay, who doesn't know Golden Axe? Card looks good too, yes, no major problem here. Yeah, there are 3 Golden Axes on the Mega Drive. First one, second, third. Tell me in the comments which one is your favorite. Okay, next Mega Drive, Gunstar Heroes. Okay, a run and gun kind of game. The manual, flawless manual. And while we're checking this one out here, I just want to point out that I usually prefer going to Trader, because I can check the game in detail, and they know me, so I can take my time checking. But in other shops like Surugaya or Potato, I cannot take my time, so I'm usually a bit under pressure checking the game, so it's sometimes I might miss a small detail, for which I'm sorry, guys. So next one, Mega Drive, Chernoff, Atomic Runner Chernoff, which is like a platformer shooting run and gun. And I think on the Mega Drive it looks very different from the arcade game. So manual, flawless, card, all good. And this one went up a bit in price recently. And the D is very green, as it should be. And the last Mega Drive game, the Killing Game Show. This one you might see if you take a regular Mega Drive box. This one is a little bit wider, not by much, but maybe a couple of millimeters. And if you wonder why, the interior box is completely different. So you have the usual tab up here, which keeps the manual, and you have this triangular shape tab down here, very big one with the Sega logo. No, not Sega, what is it? Electronic Arts? Yes, with the Electronic Arts logo down here. And also the card looks very unusual. It has this thing here, and I think this is like extra memory. Is it? If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Usual Mega Drive game is just about 3/4 of this, but this has like extra memory, I guess. And also you gotta be careful how to reinsert the card here until it clicks. So yeah, what sort of game is this? Oh, I see Psychnosis. They made some really interesting games. Yeah, it's like a platformer, shooting platformer kind of game, I guess. Okay. Alright, so let's move on to the big stuff here. Neo Geo AES. We have Goketsuji Matri Melee. So what is it in English? Power Instinct. Okay. There's this clip kind of box. Ah, the Neo Geo smell in the morning. Talking about morning, it's now 9:40. So we have the manual. And the card, which has some scuff marks, which are the biggest one being here, and where else? Yeah, it's probably nothing serious. It's nicely wrapped in a vinyl. I don't know, shall I open it? I prefer to leave it like this. Okay. It's an expensive one. Okay, so Neo Geo AES Power Instinct Matri Melee. Okay. So next AES, more into the cheaper ones, we have Art of Fighting 2. Okay. One of the handful of cheap AES you can actually pick up. Anything else is like 1 or 2 months salary worth. Okay, we have the manual, which looks good. And the card, which looks good too, minus the usual little scuff marks here from inserting the thing and removing it. But these cards are really huge. And remember, when I was 18. I picked up a good amount of my savings account and I drove with a friend who just got his driver license. We drove all the way to Germany, to Düsseldorf. I think it was Düsseldorf. And I bought an American Neo Geo there with Fatal Fury. Yeah, my mom wasn't too happy when I came back, but screw it. Anyway, next Neo Geo is Ninja Masters. Okay, another expensive one. Although this one was a little bit less cheaper than in the usual places. So yeah, I'm not really sure if this is the vinyl, which is wavy, or the insert. But the insert looks okay, just a little bit here, nothing too bad, I guess. And we have the manual, looks mint, and the card looks mint too. Okay. Neo Geo is the king for fighting games. Okay. I'm not quite sure here. I'm a little bit worried about this here. About this here, something I didn't notice. I don't know. But yeah, Ninja Masters. Okay, so let's move on to Famicom Disk. We have a Nazo no Kabe, Mystery Wall. We can translate in English. So, yes, it looks like some kind of breakout game, Arcanoid style. Nazo no Kabe for the Famicom Disk System. And another Famicom Disk System. We actually have quite a lot here. Fire Bam. There's this weird dude in front of the cover. Look at this. Really weird. I'm gonna check up what kind of game is this. Let's check the manual. Oh my god, what is this? Looks like a side-scrolling platformer. Looks a bit like Wonder Boy. But I have no idea. Fireman. YouTube is my friend here. I usually, when I don't know the game, I usually go to YouTube and check out gameplay. Okay, next Famicom Disk System, Doki Doki Panic. Which is what is it actually? Action game, platformer. Looks a bit like Mario. And we have the stickers all unused here. And when you are into Famicom Disk Systems, always check if the stickers are there, and if you have this outer box, the manual and the disc. Okay, next Famicom Disk System we have Super Mario Brothers. First one. Okay, with the flyer. Okay, so what you have to watch out for, never mind, I'm going to tell you in the with the next game because we have a good example here. So Famicom Disk System Super Mario Brothers and Famicom Disk System Super Mario Brothers 2. And this still has the little sticker here. And Famicom discs are really a weird support. I don't know, kind of strange. So sometimes, like this is a good example, this is actually Super Mario Brothers 2, but on side B, so these discs have you can insert them like this, then it loads Super Mario Brothers, and when you insert here it loads volleyball. And sometimes you have two games on one disc. And you also have the manual here for volleyball, which is, I'm taking a rough guess, probably a volleyball game. So yeah, and I think back then Nintendo, they had like what they called disc kiosk, where you could actually download games and write them from this machine directly onto the disc and then play them at home. And I wonder if you can still buy these kiosks somewhere. Okay, next Famicom disc we have Dracula 2, what is it again? Noroi no Fuin. So Castlevania 2, I guess. Is it? So the disc. So here you have side A and B is Dracula. Probably at some point in the game it's asking you to insert side 2. And yeah, what's nice about this one here, it has this little collecting card here with there's a number on it. No idea what this was supposed to be, but it's included, which is always a good thing. Okay. And we have some more Famicom disk systems before we move on to whatever falls into my hand next. Okay, Famicom disk Gunsmoke. And I played this as a kid in the arcades. Kind of difficult game, I think. And I wonder if the Famicom version is a bit different from the arcade. It looks like you have a lot of menus with items to choose from, so it's probably like leveling up your character, getting new weapons. And you have a flyer here too. Remember the arcade? It was a rather difficult game because the range of your guns were kind of limited, but the enemies, they could all shoot over the screen. Shoot all over the screen. So. Okay, next Famicom disk system, Dr. Chaos. Again, a game I have no clue what it is. Again, A and B is the same game. And let me check some screenshots. This looks kind of RPG style game, but I'm not sure. Another one I have to check up on YouTube to educate myself. And thanks to you guys, I keep learning about games I actually never knew they existed. Okay, so Famicom disk system, Dr. Chaos. And the last one, finally. Zelda no Densetsu. Yes, that's the first one, the Hyrule Fantasy. So we have all the stickers, nice. So this is actually the real Zelda, the top view Zelda. The second one is actually like a side-scrolling platformer. Okay, Zelda no Densetsu for the Famicom Disk System. And let's move on to my all-time favorite Sega Saturn, Burning Rangers. I mean my all-time favorite system, not this game. I actually owned this back then but didn't like it. 3D game, don't like 3D games. We have the manual, we have a rec card, no, and we have the spine here, which has a tiny bit of double-sided tape here, and we have this mini disc here, which might be a soundtrack CD, I guess. Okay, but I'm going to put it this way. It's probably going to stick to the case. Somebody had the good idea of sticking the spine to the case. I don't know why people do this. And I said it before, but I'm a bit sad Saturn is kind of neglected in the group recently. I just love it for the good shooting games you can buy on the system. So here we have one Sonic Wings without spine and without rec card. So here too we have the game disc, and this is a double case, and we have the soundtrack, Mao Mao soundtrack CD here. And yeah, these small CDs here, and they were quite a big thing in Japan in the 90s and in the 90s, because most local groups or singers they released the singles on these small CDs and not on big ones. So albums usually had big CDs, but single CDs they had like a long case like this with a, it's kind of special, just Google it up and you see what I mean. And next Saturn game, Dynamite Decker, Bruce Willis, a 3D fighting game. I enjoyed this one, even though it's 3D, but it's not, I mean the environment is 3D, but it's still very similar to a 2D game. Now I'm sorry for this one, I didn't notice this. The spine is kinda split halfway through. One of the little details I sometimes miss when I check like a shitload of games standing at the cash register. But I hope you can forgive me here. Okay, so Dynamite Decker for Sega Saturn. The last one, Sega Saturn Dencha de Go X for extra, I guess. So we have the spine and we have the manual. Oops, it was inserted wrongly. And do we have a record? No. Let me put this back in correctly. There you go. And I remember I had this back then. I also had the controller. And this game is only fun if you have the train controller. It's really awesome, but it gets boring after a while because it's something you kind of have to learn by heart. Okay, so we have one Nintendo DS game, Contra Dual Spirits. Okay, so not much to say. It's have the manual. Do you consider the Nintendo DS as retro? Or is it still too early? And this is still a real Contra, not some 3D bullshit game. Classic 2D shooting, run and gun, Contra. The way it should be. Okay, so let me take that lone PlayStation 1 game here, Einhänder, which is a really nice shooting game, inexpensive too. So we got the spine here, and I think we have a record and that stuff, yeah. Record and the flyer. Einhänder guidebook. You could order a guidebook for the game. Pretty nice game. Unusual graphics. And interesting soundtrack too. Okay, so let's go to Game Boy Advance. We have the Pinball of the Dead. So after the House of the Dead and the Typing of the Dead, there's actually a Pinball of the Dead. I never knew that. And taking my usual rough guess, this is probably a pinball game, I would think. So what do we got in the box? The rec card and the manual. Interesting. Pinball of the Dead. Okay. I just was looking what is engraved here. What is A, G, B, whatever. Okay. For the Game Boy Advance, the Pinball of the Dead. And Game Boy Advance Darius R. Okay. There's a box with just a little bit of creasing here in the corner. And we have the manual, the rec card. Okay. Nice. I think this is actually a game that is also on the Cosmic Collection for Switch and PlayStation 4. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Darius R. So let's move on to Neo Geo CD. We have a Sonic Wings 2, another shooting game without spine. And no record, I guess. I think not many Neo Geo CD games had a record actually. Something weird here when opening the box. Okay, no, alright, all good. Sonic Wings 2 Neo Geo CD. Okay. And another one. Neo Geo CD Last Resort, which is SNK's answer to R-Type. And no spine, no rec card. A really nice and beautiful manual. Let's move on to PC Engine. We have Takahashi Meijin Shinboken Jima. New Adventure Island. It's probably easier for you guys. So yeah, Wonder Boy, which is called Takahashi Meijin in Japan. Manual, no rec card. Nice, you can see all the items you can pick up. Skateboard, boomerang and so on. Oh, and this is a box with the hinges here, with the holes in the sleeve. You can put those in these little tabs here. And I'm not quite sure why some games have this. Is it because they have extra memory or some? I don't know. No idea. Oops. Okay, let's do this way around. Okay. New Adventure Island. No, this is not New Adventure Island. New Adventure Island is another game. Sorry. Takahashi Meijin. Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever it is. Yeah, next PC Engine game. Don Dokodon. Okay. Slight fading, but you can read the title. So we have the cards. And this is what kind of game is this? Let me check. At first glance it looks like a mixture of Bomberman and Bubble Bobble. No idea. We have this little gnome that looks like Santa Claus on the cover. Okay, so PC Engine, Don Dokodon. And the last PC Engine CD, we have Fighting Street, which is actually the very first Street Fighter. And terrible game, really terrible game. By terrible I mean bad game. So this is the manual and a poster. So yeah, if you see this screenshot, some of you might remember this game. I remember they had it in the annual fair. There was always an arcade. How do you say? You know, when you go to fairs, they have the rides. And yeah, there was also a, I don't know how you call this. Is the makeshift places they built. They had like 30 or 40 arcade machines, and one of them was Street Fighter, the first one. And I remember looking at the demo play. You saw Ryu actually shooting a fireball, and we always wondered, how do you do this fucking fireball? And it's pretty much impossible to pull it off. Anyway, next game, PlayStation 2, we have SNK vs Capcom Chaos. SVC Chaos. One that has been requested by the guy for quite a while. So the manual looks alright. Just the first page, a little bit wavy, but not too bad. And the CD. Okay. And yeah, if you buy this on the Neo Geo AES, you can probably spend a month's salary on this. And let's move on. We have some Xbox 360. Is it retro? What do you guys think? We have, how do you open this? Oh, here. We have Death Smiles 2. Okay. So this is like some kind of collector box. And let's open it up to see what's inside. So we have the soundtrack CD with the spine. We have an unopened card. Music pack content cards. I don't know what was this used for. And let's let's remove this here. We have this flyer here, and we have the actual game here. Okay, Decimal too. Do we have any record and stuff in here? No, we don't. Okay, really nice shooting game, very colorful, typical cave shooter. So what came first? This, and the soundtrack CD like this. Okay. Alright, so Xbox 360, Decimals to, I don't know, it doesn't say, is collector, limited, whatever edition. And the next Xbox 360, Escalda 2, the Platinum Collection Edition. So you can see the box has a grayish platinum kind of color, which is probably a reprint, which is less sought after but also cheaper. I can't take it off, but just leave it in there for the moment. And we have the manual, and yeah, that's it. So when you compare it to a normal Xbox 360, which is usually lime green, platinum collector games are grayish and also look different here. Alright, so next one we have what is this? Automedius Gorgeous, another shooting game. Gorgeous. We have the manual and a flyer, some manga here, probably a little bit of story. This was probably I don't know, could probably order something, whatever. Anyway, Automedius Gorgeous for the 360 Xbox. And the last Xbox 360 game, we have Automedius Excellent. I don't know what the difference is between Gorgeous and Excellent. So we have this card here, and we have the manual. Okay. It's probably different modes, playing modes, but the game is probably exactly the same as the other one. I have no idea. It's like all the editions of the Donpachi, the Black Label and version 1.5 and blah blah blah, whatever. And the last one here, we have the, let me just move this back a bit. This is for the Game Boy Advance. There's actually 3 volumes of this, and this is volume 2. So where do we start? I guess this was not available in shops back then, but you had to somehow order it from Club Nintendo. And let me just remove the outer sleeve, the other side, so you can see this nice design with various characters like Mario and Ghosts and Goblins and Wonder Boy. What else we have here? Yeah, I'm not quite sure where these characters are from, but okay. So Famicom Mini Volume 2. So when you open this up, we have this certificate from Club Nintendo. And you have this flyer explaining how to insert the games. You have this gorgeous golden plate here, 20th anniversary, and you have what is volume 2, I think is volume 11 to 20, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you have all those Game Boy Advance games, and volume 1 has volume 1 to 10, volume 2 11 to 20, and 3 the rest. So in this one we have Mario Brothers, we have Kudu Kudu Land, we have Balloon Fight, and we have Wrecking Crew, we have Dr. Mario, we have Dig Dug, we have this Takahashi Meijin, we have Makaimura, Twinbee, and this is something Goemon something, I'm not quite sure which one this is. So yeah, very nice grab. And put paperwork back in here, and let's close it up again. There you go. Which is front? This is front, I guess. Put this carefully back on. Okay, so for the Game Boy Advance Volume 2 of the Famicom Mini. Okay, so I think that wraps it up for today. So thanks to all joining in on the live sale yesterday, and I said this would be my last Akihabara visit, which it probably will be, but I might still go to random hard-offs, book-offs, and show you guys what I can find. Okay, so I hope you like this video. As usual, comment, subscribe, like, very helpful and motivating to actually do more videos like those. And that's it. See you next time. Bye.